DC fans, this wasn't the result anyone expected. Supergirl had a strong opening weekend, but it still couldn't beat Disney's Toy Story 5, which continues dominating the global box office. Is this a warning sign for DC, or just another Pixar victory? Let's break down the numbers, the reasons behind the rankings, and what this means for the future of both franchises. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's biggest Hollywood news is all about two of the year's biggest movies. On one side, DC Studios' newest superhero blockbuster, Supergirl, arrived in theaters with huge expectations. On the other side, Pixar's legendary animated franchise Toy Story 5 continued its incredible run at the box office. Many fans believed Supergirl would easily debut at number 1, but surprisingly, Toy Story 5 refused to move. Instead of taking the crown, Supergirl had to settle for second place. So, what happened? How much money did both movies earn? Is Supergirl actually underperforming? Or is Toy Story 5 simply unstoppable? Let's dive into everything. Ever since DC Studios announced its new cinematic universe, Supergirl became one of the most anticipated projects. Unlike previous versions, this film introduces a very different Kara Zor-El. The movie focuses on a darker, more emotional journey inspired by the famous comic storyline. Critics praised several elements: strong visual effects, emotional storytelling, great action sequences, powerful lead performance. Audience reactions have also been largely positive. Many viewers called it one of DC's strongest recent releases. Because of all this excitement, industry analysts predicted an easy number 1 debut. But the final weekend numbers told a different story. Despite a solid opening, Supergirl couldn't overtake Pixar. Toy Story is simply one of Hollywood's biggest franchises. For nearly 3 decades, families around the world have grown up with Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and their friends. That emotional connection still matters. Instead of slowing down after opening weekend, Toy Story 5 kept attracting families. Children watched it, parents watched it. Even adults who grew up with the original films returned to theaters. That's exactly why animated movies often enjoy incredible legs at the box office. Unlike superhero movies, family audiences keep coming back for multiple weekends. Word of mouth also played a major role. Positive audience reactions encouraged more families to buy tickets. As a result, Toy Story 5 remained the number 1 movie. Let's compare the performances. Toy Story 5 maintained impressive domestic numbers while continuing strong international business. Its worldwide total keeps climbing rapidly. Meanwhile, Supergirl delivered a respectable opening weekend. For many studios, these numbers would actually be considered success. However, because superhero movies usually carry massive production budgets, expectations become much higher. That explains why some headlines describe Supergirl finishing second as a disappointment. But finishing second behind one of Pixar's biggest franchises isn't necessarily bad news. Nowadays, opening weekend isn't the only thing that determines success. Modern box office performance depends on several factors. First, audience ratings. If viewers genuinely enjoy the movie, they recommend it to friends. Second, international markets. Sometimes overseas audiences contribute even more money than North America. Third, the second weekend drop. A movie can open lower than expected, but remain successful if it holds well over the following weeks. This is exactly what happened with several blockbuster films in recent years. So, Supergirl's long-term performance will matter much more than its first weekend ranking. For DC Studios, this movie represents much more than one weekend's earnings. The studio is rebuilding its cinematic universe. Every successful release helps restore audience confidence. If Supergirl continues earning steadily over the next month, it could still become a major financial success. Strong audience support may also increase excitement for future DC projects. Merchandise sales, streaming performance, digital rentals, and international revenue will all contribute to the film's overall success. So it's far too early to judge the movie based only on one weekend. Pixar has mastered something extremely valuable: multi-generational audiences. Kids enjoy colorful animation. Teenagers love the humor. Adults connect with nostalgia. That combination creates enormous repeat business. Every Toy Story movie becomes more than just another animated film. It's an event. And Toy Story 5 is proving exactly that. Even after several weekends, families continue filling theaters. That's incredibly difficult for any competing movie. Even superhero films. Online reactions have been mixed. Some DC fans argue that finishing second isn't important because audience reviews remain strong. Others expected a much bigger opening considering the marketing campaign. Meanwhile, Pixar fans are celebrating another successful chapter in one of animation's greatest franchises. Across social media, many viewers are praising both movies rather than treating them as rivals. After all, Hollywood benefits when multiple big films perform well. Healthy competition means more blockbuster entertainment for everyone. The next few weekends will be critical. Can Supergirl maintain strong momentum through positive word of mouth? Will Toy Story 5 continue dominating family audiences? Upcoming competition from new releases could also change the rankings. Studios will closely watch daily ticket sales to determine whether either film has enough momentum to become one of the year's biggest hits. One thing is certain. The summer box office race is far from over. Here's my take. I don't think Supergirl finishing second should automatically be called a failure. Toy Story is one of the strongest family brands in movie history, and competing against it is never easy. If Supergirl keeps attracting audiences over the next few weeks, it can still become one of DC's biggest recent successes. The real story isn't who won one weekend, it's which film has the staying power to keep audiences coming back. If you enjoyed this Hollywood box office update, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest movie news, Marvel and DC updates, box office reports, and trailer breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.